Hey folks, I'm the Serious JG, and I was thinking, hey, what's a game series nobody has ever Let's Played, where the whole world is hungry to see a Let's Play of this rarely seen, almost forgotten classic? And I thought, Mega Man. Mega Man, Mega Man. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to do a Let's Play of Mega Man because I got some time this afternoon and felt like doing it. So I got the Mega Man Let's Play, our Legacy Collection for PS4, which is not the most complete Mega Man collection that's out there, but it's the one for PS4, so go figure. There was like a PS3 era collection, which included games this doesn't have, like the PlayStation 1 Mega Man game, and I guess some like PlayStation Network / Xbox Live Mega Man DLC only games. I believe there are 9 games in the Mega Man franchise, which, you know, not counting Mega Man X, it's a whole different franchise, not counting the Game Boy and Portable System games, there's actually 9 games. And the Legacy Collection only has the 6 that came out on the initial NES software. But since it's entirely possible I'll get like 3 videos into Mega Man 1 and be like, ah, fuck this is as much fun as I thought. I'm not that worried about it yet. Doesn't seem to be any particularly awesome start screen for the Mega Man collection, so we're just going to load. I'm going to go to games, and as you can see, we can choose between, I don't know if this is like Famicom artwork or not, none of this shit looks familiar to me. The Mega Man 1 box art, oh, you know what, that's probably in like, version Mega Man, Rockman. Maybe we have to beat games to unlock it, but there's a challenge mode, there's a music player, we can play music from different games. There's supposed to be a bunch of like art that you can see, but maybe you need to beat the games to unlock the art. Because the Mega Man 1 cover for the Nintendo Entertainment System in the United States was like hideously ugly game box, which in no way, shape, or form captured the cartoony look of the game itself or any of the official artwork. Mega Man 2's cover art also is a little bit less cartoony than the game, very different from this. I don't remember any of the other Mega Man games. Depending on how far I get into the playing these games before I get sick of it, I know Mega Man fairly well. I know Mega Man 2 quite well, because me and Boba played the crap out of this when we were kids. Mega Man 3 we owned, and it's kind of where I fell out of love with the Mega Man series. It wasn't a bad game. It just didn't seem as good as Mega Man 2 had somehow. And then 4, 5, and 6 were all games that I think we, probably rented when they came out, played around with them once, never owned them. But just because it didn't have a password system and you had to beat the entire game in one sit down, that was introduced in Mega Man 2. Mega Man I always thought was the toughest of the games. And in the Mega Man collection, I believe you're going to be allowed to like save your game and pick up your progress. So a lot of what made the original Mega Man tougher than the other Mega Man games is gone. It's also only got 6 Robot Masters. It's the shortest of the Mega Man games by a considerable margin, but again, you have to beat it in one sitting. So I'll be curious to see if this is tough or not for me to play through. So let's find out. Oh, okay, so the museum is by individual game. So you got production art, Adhering Susie, Big Eye. I hated these guys. Big Eyes are horrible enemy in this game. They do fuck tons of damage. They take 1,000,000 hits to defeat. It's like never worth fighting them. And nothing as bad, nothing quite as bad as these ever shows up in any later game. Blasters, Bombman, Bomb. Bunby Heli, I guess that's the name of it. For years, Bobo and I wondered why the hell they were like flying beanie choppers. Something to ask yourself too. The plot of this game. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have a talkie video before I get into Mega Man 1, in which I go into story. What of it? The plot of Mega Man 1 was another weird one, because this is something Bobo and I rented this as kids back in the days when there were video stores which you could go in and rent VHS tapes and cartridge games. And the original Mega Man we rented for a weekend, and the official game manual wasn't there, so there was this, I don't know if it was written by the store, or if it was written by some company that the store like was the distributor of video games to the store. That's more likely. But there was sort of formal, official-looking instructions, but not by Capcom for Mega Man. And I remember they had a picture of some dude with a gun, and it said, "Here's your instructions," with an exclamation point. He was like a superhero yelling, "Here's your instructions!" And this just looked like a piece of artwork that they probably put on all the games that they sold to places to rent, and for some reason didn't include the instruction manual. But I remember it explained the story, and I don't think this is the official story. I think this is some guys got it slightly wrong. The story was that Mega Man and a series of robots, Bombman, Cutsman, Gutsman, Iceman, Electman, and Fireman, were all invented by Dr. Keynes. Dr. Keynes was then murdered by his assistant, Dr. Wily, who reprogrammed 6 of the robots to help him take over the world. And Mega Man is the only robot still retaining his original heroic programming, has to defeat his 6 brothers and use their weapons to defeat Dr. Wily. And there's no mention of anyone named Dr. Light. Now, in the second game, Dr. Light is hanging around, and he's like the hero helping Mega Man out by giving Mega Man different like transportation power-ups for his robotic dog Rush, which doesn't appear until the second game. And not to mention sliding doesn't appear until the second game. The Mega Man 2 is considered a classic of the 8-bit era for a lot of reasons. It takes a lot of things Mega Man didn't do right and does them right. But anyway, I just remember playing this game with this weird plot that was come up with by some guy who apparently didn't completely get what was going on in Mega Man or didn't have a copy of the manual. But I don't think there is a Dr. Keynes or something. I think this is something that this rental place made up. But for a long time, Bobo and I were operating under the assumption that there was this true genius robot creator who was dead, and that Dr. Light, who shows up in the second game, was like he and Dr. Wily were both the assistants of this guy. And it made sense to us, although eventually I think we learned that Dr. Light invented Mega Man. But it made sense to us that if Dr. Light's such a great fucking inventor, and Dr. Wily's always inventing new robots to thwart Mega Man, that Dr. Light would be inventing some people to help Mega Man out. Whereas he doesn't. He pretty much just hangs around in a laboratory and lets Roll, the female robot, vacuum. Because obviously it's a female robot. She's there to clean the house, right? Anyway, no, that's our conception of the story is that Mega Man's creator was murdered by Dr. Wily. So it's this real personal vengeance quest with Mega Man wanting to take this guy out. Maybe we can actually find character files. Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. I'm not seeing anybody named Dr. Keynes. Although there wouldn't be a character design from anyway since he's already been murdered. Hey, Roll has... I don't know if that's a zipper on her dress or a robot power pack thing. Sniper Joe, concept art for guys. There we go. Okay, now I don't know why they want to give you the tiny, like the poster version, but there's the tiny view of the, oh, I can zoom in and actually show you maybe. So this is what the box art would look like. That center picture right there. It's fucking hideous. It's part of the Captain Commando Challenge series too, so that's pretty awesome. And there's this terrifying yellow devil. So I guess this is the actual game art, and that's what we're going to see in our menu screens, even though for me, this hideous picture here was like, oh my god, that looks terrible. But the, like, pictures on, I think there was actual game art on the back of the box, I was like, that actually looks pretty good. I don't know what the fuck this cover art's about. Let's check it out. And we did. So... another fun thing to bear in mind is that all these robots are supposed to have peaceful applications since Dr. Wily like reprogrammed them to be evil. Pickle Man throws picks. I would think he'd throw pickles. There's Roll being Rolly. This one, the Metal L, I guess they were called Max in other games. I have no idea. We'll encounter that in me. What the hell that thing was supposed to be used for. Oh, here we go. I can read. You know what? Might just have a whole video of this nonsense. Megaman. Rock was originally a robot created for household chores, but he was modified for combat and became Megaman when it came time to put a stop to Dr. Wily's ambitions. Watcher's reconnaissance robot. Attack and... Okay, so I guess these robots were... Some of these robots were created... an industrial robot designed to blow up distant objects. I don't know why they would not just have bombs. So they're giving you a guard robot. Crazy razy. So they're not really going to explain what any of these are about, other than that, yeah, they're military robots. The change key is a small robot clad in flame. It's take it out and move on. Thank you for that guidance. No, it's not just a it's not just HP 20 attack. See, HP 1, HP 10, HP 3. This thing has HP 20 attack 10. A robot made to monitor enemies with strong phobos, high defensive capabilities. Freeze it with your ice weapon and then attack. Oh, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, huh? Okay. It is quite annoying. The Bunby Heli is a reconnaissance robot with a built-in camera eye. It will dive bomb you relentlessly, so try to defeat it quickly. They are, in fact, a big pain in the butt. So you can read all about what these different things are supposedly meant to do. The Metal is an industrial robot. You can only damage it when it shows its face. But what the hell does it do? It is a hat with eyeballs underneath. What function does this serve to aid mankind on the construction site? Yellow Devil. Sparks will always come at you in the patterns. Memorize that pattern and dodge. Copy robot. They're basically telling you how to defeat most of the enemies in the game. Alright, so deforestation robot Cutman. South Pole research robot Iceman. You can tell from the look on his face that he's a brilliant scientist. Bombman, who together with Gutsman clears land for development. Fireman, waste disposal robot. That's tough. It's a tough job. Electman, he controls electricity. I always imagine him as managing the power station that he's at. Gutsman is just a big fucking robot. Alright. Now I actually had, I'm a little concerned here. I was playing a little bit off camera, so I've got some save data, and I wasn't given the option of loading it, so I'm not sure how one goes about that. Anyway, we've already wasted a ton of time in this video just chit-chatting, so I think what I'll do is just call this a little brief intro video, and like really brief intro video, so that nobody complains about 12 minutes of just getting started. And when we come back, we will play the first stage of Mega Man. Traditionally, I believe you are supposed to do Cutsman first, then use his weapon to defeat Electman, use his weapon to defeat Iceman, use his weapon to defeat Fireman, use his weapon to defeat Bombman, use Bombman's weapon to defeat Gutsman. This is weird. It actually is counterclockwise. Like, you have to press left and right to move clockwise, counterclockwise. It's weird. And then once you defeat Gutsman, you go back to Bombman Stage to get an important item. But I'm not going to do that, because when I was a kid, the weird, here's your instructions instruction manual suggested you fight Bombman first. And we got to the point, Boba and I playing as kids, where we could beat Bombman with a Mega Buster. Not like this is an incredible accomplishment that no one else has ever done, but it changes your starting point in such a way that you can beat Electman after you've... Like, you can beat Gutsman before you get to Electman, which is nice, because it means you only have to go through Electman Stage once. So that is what we're going to do. Also, other random things to note. In the NES version, I always thought that Fireman's head makes him look like the Statue of Liberty. We always thought that Bombman looked like he's Russian. He's wearing a fur coat and has a mohawk, so we thought he was Russian. And I don't know why Cutsman's panties are so prominent. And we always thought for some reason that Electman was feline, because we thought he had pointy cat ears. None of these things are actually accurately what you're supposed to think is going on in the game. So there you go, a little 14 minutes worth of me just chatting to introduce it. When we come back, I will play the Bombman Stage. And I might off-screen figure out what I can do about getting the little frame art that this game comes with to display. See you next time.